What's up, guys? Today I want to tell you about my favorite hack, which can essentially double or triple the dynamic range of any camera you might have. And yes, that includes your iPhone. This here is an iPhone XR, so I want to use this as our example to show you that you can use this hack on any camera you might have. Now, this one hack is called auto exposure bracketing. And if you're a photographer, you might actually already know what that is, and that's because a lot of modern cameras now have this feature built in. What auto exposure bracketing does is it basically takes 3 photos in succession on your camera. One of them is going to be correctly exposed, the next is going to be slightly underexposed, and then the other one after that is going to be slightly overexposed. And this allows you to merge those 3 photos in post in Lightroom or any other editing software to combine the highlights and shadows so your photo can have a really nice dynamic range. But what a lot of people don't realize is you can actually do this feature manually on any camera you might have, including an iPhone. So today I want to show you how to do that to make your photos look insane. Now, to do this, you're only going to need 3 things. You're going to need a tripod or something to stabilize your camera. Then you're going to need a phone mount if you're using your iPhone. And then obviously you need your phone. It could be an iPhone, it could be an Android, any type of phone. You just need a phone that can take photos. So now that you have these 3 things, let me show you how to auto exposure bracket on your iPhone. Let's go. So this is actually really easy to do, and I'll show you a screen recording so you can see how to do it. You basically open up the camera app on your phone, tap the screen, and the little yellow box will show up, and that's just showing you that it's using kind of the best settings, the automatic settings of the camera. And you can actually tap the sun icon and adjust the exposure of the image by dragging down with your finger on the image. So take one photo normally exposed, then drag down on that yellow slider to take a photo underexposed. And then what you're gonna do is slide that slider up more to take another photo in that same position. So you have one photo underexposed, one photo correctly exposed, and then one photo overexposed. So I'm gonna get a photo of the sunset behind me using the iPhone and the tripod, and then we're gonna head back to the studio and merge these photos in post so I can show you how to get this awesome dynamic range with your iPhone. Let's go. All right, now I'm gonna do exactly what I said. I'm gonna take a photo underexposed, take a photo overexposed, and then take a photo correctly exposed using the iPhone. Alright, we're back inside. We have our photos. Now our final step is just going to be to merge these 3 photos together inside of Lightroom. Now there's tons of other softwares out there. It doesn't have to be Lightroom. Basically, the feature you're looking for is the photo merge feature on whatever program you're using. So on Lightroom, I'm going to show you how to find it on the screen recording now. Okay, so to create your HDR photo, it's actually pretty simple. You import your 3 photos into Lightroom, and then what you're going to do is select all 3 of them, right click them, and then go to photo merge and then hit HDR. And now with HDR selected, you're gonna have some settings pop up. I like to just use the auto settings because then Lightroom will make the best decision for the shadows and highlights, and then obviously I can adjust them later. So you can create your preview and then it will create your HDR image. Alright, so now we have this HDR photo, and as you see, the dynamic range is already a lot better. The settings are pretty wonky, and that's just because of iPhone's auto settings and how it translates into Lightroom. But if you see, there are no highlights blown out in the sky, and even these trees here aren't pure black. There's still some green in them, so that preserved a lot of our dynamic range. And now what we're going to do is just edit this photo a little bit. The photo is definitely too cool, so we're going to make it a good amount warmer. And now iPhone cameras are notoriously over sharpened, so what we're going to do is drop down our clarity to about 36. Let's go 34, just so we don't get a little too crazy there. Now our base photo is actually looking pretty good. We fixed a few things on there, and now what I'm going to do is slap a preset on here. This preset doesn't normally work on landscapes unless it's a harsh sunset like this. So this is our starting place. I just like the way that this one plays with light. And now we're going to bring down this texture. Let's drop our clarity down again and drop our dehaze down a little bit to kind of rehaze this photo. Now it is still looking a little too cool, so I think what I want to do is maybe drop some saturation out of the blues, bring it more to a teal instead of just a blue like what we have here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll go slightly more teal and then drop saturation. Basically, what I'm trying to do with this photo is make it look as close to an actual camera as possible, because this trick gives us that ability to do so. So now this is our image. That already looks a lot better than what it was originally. And this does not look like it was taken on an iPhone, because the highlights of the sky aren't blown out, which is a characteristic of iPhones. The shadows are pretty dark, but that was a choice. We had the option to bring those up. Okay, so we edited the photos. Again, I'm going to toss the before shot up on the screen, and this is with iPhone suggested settings. So this is after we tap the screen, before we under or overexpose. And then this is our HDR combined image that we created and edited a little bit. And as you see, the dynamic range definitely improved throughout the photos. At the end of the day, it's still an iPhone, so 12 megapixels, not the best image quality, but this photo still looks amazing for an iPhone photo. Like, if I post this on Instagram, I don't think people would realize it was taken with an iPhone, especially with Instagram compression. So you can get by using this trick to increase the dynamic range on your iPhone. Now, I want to show you auto exposure bracketing using an iPhone, because it's the most basic camera that we have on us. So that way you can see that if you had an actual camera and you use auto exposure bracketing, it would be that much better. Alright, so now you guys know about auto exposure bracketing. Use it on your iPhone, use it on your camera. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, peace.